OnlyFans has allowed adult performers to monetize their content and build their brand. Kazumi Squirt, a rising star in the platform, has captured the attention of fans worldwide with her stunning looks and sensual content. She's also one of the biggest thotties of all time and is certified for the streets. Today's video will give you an inside look at Kazumi's life and her OnlyFans journey. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Kazumi Squirt is an OnlyFans model who became a millionaire 2 years after joining the platform. She grew up in a very strict culture where she wasn't allowed to go outside unless she was with her family or going to school, and she wasn't even allowed to have a phone until she turned 18. Despite this, adult work has always been something that piqued her interest. She became an OnlyFans model and started monetizing her content after attending adult events while being a marketing executive. There's been a growing trend of women who grew up in super strict households that eventually jump to the other extreme and become some of the biggest thotties ever. Kazumi certainly fits this mold. While Kazumi's goal was to become a leader in the marketing agency where she was working, the pandemic pushed her to focus on her OnlyFans site. She shared documentation that verified her gross earnings of over $1 million, and she sold her first NFT, a photo collage of herself, for the equivalent of $400. Kazumi is also interested in the potential for adult workers in the digital spaces like the metaverse, where she can become a virtual adult worker. However, the idea of becoming an adult worker in the metaverse appears unlikely based on Meta's past moderation of nudity content on its platforms. Kazumi recognizes the financial potential of the crypto community, but she hasn't fully thrown herself into it, in part because it needs to answer for the weird impact on the environment. That was her quote. Despite making a boatload of money, Kazumi experiences imposter syndrome and finds her regular income to be unstable. She was also affected by OnlyFans' announcement that it was banning sexually explicit content last year, before quickly reversing the decision, which made her feel uncertain about her financial stability in the future. Kazumi's unique approach to content creation has garnered her a lot of attention. For example, she flew her OnlyFans banner over Coachella on the back of a plane, and she's had drivers with a hot and ready Kazumi image on the sides of trucks driving around different festivals. She's using those marketing skills, isn't she? She's been featured on numerous podcasts such as No Jumper, where she's gone viral for multiple reasons. Yes, she has. On a daily basis, Kazumi also encourages her supporters to make Kazumi-based memes, which just makes her more popular. On a podcast not so long ago, Kazumi lifted the lid on one of her first dates, which ended up becoming a massive orgy. The 24-year-old ended up at a swingers party by mistake and enjoyed group sex with over 50 men. 50 men! Kazumi described the experience as empowering and felt like she was always in control. I sure hope so. So here's what happened. Kazumi went on a date with a guy who told her about a party and his friend who was just as sexually crazy as she was. She thought it sounded like fun, so they decided to check it out before heading to a restaurant. When they arrived at the party, they saw his friend with loads of guys in various states of undress. Kazumi couldn't believe what she was seeing, but instead of getting the hell out of there, her date put his hand on her shoulder and said, "Have fun." So she did. Kazumi is an open-minded model who loves being the center of attention and isn't fazed by having sex with multiple people in one night. She felt like she was always in control and that her pleasure was the focal point. She had been frequenting different kink clubs for a while and experimented with different scenes. This scene turned out to be one of her favorites. Sleeping with dozens of men in one night might sound exhausting, but Kazumi felt entirely at ease. She wasn't gonna push herself, but 50 was what she wanted and 50 was what she got. Consent is key, and Kazumi was very good at deciding which partners would be good for her. It wasn't like a 7-hour marathon, it was more like an hour or two with lots of breaks. She'd choose 5, 6, 7 guys, go with them for 10 minutes, come back, refuel, and when she felt frisky again, she'd grab another group. Kazumi revealed how everyone at the party was protected, and she didn't have raw sex with strangers. And if you're wondering about her date, it still happened. After hours of passion, Kazumi and her date, along with 9 others, headed to a restaurant to get some food. They just rolled in there 11 deep. They all talked about their experience, what they liked, didn't like, and Kazumi had a good time. Kazumi said she didn't regret it, but y'all, this girl has some serious mileage and is a certified thottie that is for the streets. Any dude that tries to cuff Kazumi, he taking a massive L. Kazumi has recently revealed that she has already slept with 500 people and aims to double that number before she turns 30. Okay, more power to you. She's now just 24. She's got sex as her lifestyle mission. She had a list of all of her sexual partners, but had to delete it after her ex-boyfriend found it and got furious. You already know. Kazumi believes that sex is empowering and wants to remove the stigma around having a high body count. She says as long as she is safe, uses protection, and gets tested regularly, it's about having fun. Kazumi is in a polyamorous relationship with her boyfriend, and she wants to double her body count before she turns 30. She plans to celebrate by having a huge sex party with all her friends and saving the big finale for someone special. I guess the big finale is number 1000. Kazumi doesn't care if people think her body count is too high. She says it's none of their business. The type of men she likes are ones with sexual and emotional experience who knows what he likes, just like her. Kazumi added that the type of men who do care about that type of stuff are turned off quickly and they don't talk. In a recent podcast, she even revealed that her therapist claimed that she's chronically horny. You think? Kazumi also gave her boyfriend a rather unusual Christmas present, sex with someone else. She revealed that she felt too busy for intimacy this year and took her partner to a legal brothel in Nevada for some early festive fun. And, according to her, the experience was so positive that she plans to go back again. Kazumi plans to hire a male sex worker herself, and she explained that the idea came up while they were driving back from filming an orgy, and she felt like her partner needed some extra loving. Kazumi further explained that her boyfriend is a supportive partner, and she feels like sometimes he's shy, so she wanted him to explore something out of the box. As the couple was already in Las Vegas, they went to the legal brothel where Kazumi waited while her boyfriend did his thing. After picking a woman from a lineup, Kazumi paid for a 30-minute rendezvous. Her boyfriend later told her that the woman did a great job of making him feel desired and sexy. Kazumi emphasized that people shouldn't feel ashamed for buying sex and that many people buy it, and a more open conversation can make it less stigmatized. She added that if we want something, why not pay for it ethically in a legal brothel? It's no different from anything else, and we're okay with spending money on things we like. She even joked that she always wanted an escort for herself, but she said she felt like it would be a great experience for her boyfriend and she could just be a fly on the wall. Kazumi was bullied for years about having a flat chest, but now she claims that spending $8,000 on a breast augmentation has made her feel happier and increased her confidence. She was always conscious of her small breasts and would even wear 3 push-up bras at the same time to make them look bigger. That actually worked? Without, gaping? She would stare at her friends and teachers who had big boobs and wish she had a pair of her own. She said, "I always thought that having a big chest was the epitome of femininity and found them very appealing." The young woman would go to great lengths to make her chest look bigger. Yeah, it sounds like it. Even renting out her mom's bras to her mates. Kazumi's obsession pushed her to undergo breast augmentation surgery, which she paid for with the money she made selling sexy photos online. She said, "The same way a nice dress or car can occupy someone else's mind for years, it was something I simply had to have." At first, she thought her new E-cups were too small, but eventually, she learned to love them. The model says she feels happier now that she has had the surgery. Was it worth spending $8,000 on it though? Well, she did make over $1 million from her OnlyFans because of her looks, so you be the judge. I'd say that investment really paid off. So there it is, a look into OnlyFans model Kazumi and why she is for the streets. She's a model who's had tremendous success in the adult industry, becoming a millionaire within 2 years of joining the OnlyFans platform. Despite growing up in the strict culture, Kazumi has always been interested in adult work, and her unique approach to content creation has gained her a lot of attention. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts about Kazumi and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our next hottest uploads.